Jamming with History. Chapter 18. Jealousy. Roman let out a deep breath as he closed the bedroom door behind him. His last glass had let out early, and he needed a moment to himself after the afternoon he had. People had actually read the articles over the lunch period, and everyone seemed to have their opinion about it, which was exhausting. Even some teachers couldn't hide that they'd read one thing or another. Roman's friends had needed a quick update on Virgil's health since they hadn't known that he was ever sick. Roman was not in the mood to give the same update plus their dating status and whatever other rumors for everyone that came near him today. So he'd wait out the final class in this stall as he gathered his thoughts. He lowered the top lid and sat down, putting his head between his knees. He didn't care about the staring or the rumors. Honestly, it just was a lot to deal with on top of his feelings for Virgil. So he'd sit here and listen to music for a bit. Right when he went to put in his earbuds, the door opened and he heard hushed giggles as a group of girls entered. The bathroom he'd chosen was a gender-neutral one. It was closest to the side door he'd used to get to the bike stall.
Serenity, come on! You've been all secretive all day. Tell us!
He didn't know exactly who'd spoken, but considering they were talking to Serenity, it was safe to say they were on the cheerleading team. I know I left you all waiting, but unlike certain magazines, Woman heard a rustling of paper. I check my sources. This statement was followed by piercing squealing.
Give us a scoop! Come on, tell us!
All right, darling, settle down. One of my beloved Instagram followers went to school with our handsome yet elusive swimming team captain. I saw an old class picture as confirmation, so my source is legit. The story is as follows. Virgil fell ill a few months after his 10th birthday. Rumor was sure Virgil would hate the gasps and the pitying coos that followed. I know! Poor guys must have been so scared. He didn't even come back to school for like 3 years. And when he was finally better, people were being small-minded town folks. His family was openly supportive of queerness, and some people just outright said that they deserved that whole terrifying experience because of that. Can you imagine? Serenity's audience gasped. I know! Those poor people got basically bullied out of their hometown and moved to live here. Serenity finished. And it's their loss, really. Did you see how good he looked today? And those pictures. Serenity sighed. Careful, Serenity. Chat won't be happy if he should talk like that about his competition, a different voice said, though it sounded playful. After the stunt he pulled this morning, I don't want to be associated with someone who is going to say stuff like that, much less date him. I've been playing with the idea of ending it since the incident. Virgil made some good points that day. And if Chat is Gaston, I'm not going to be the ditzy town girl. Good for her. Now don't get me wrong, if you think you're the belle to his beast, I won't be mad. Just know that as someone who's made that mistake already, you can do better. Woman had to admit, that was really cool of her. So, what are you gonna do now? You gotta have a date for prom, right? One of the squad asked. Well, there is one bachelor I have my eye on. Woman could hear the grin in her voice and suddenly liked her a whole lot less. It was a strange feeling he'd never experienced before. Anger and hurt and protectiveness all wrapped into one. Serenity hadn't done anything to deserve it, but the mere thought of her trying something with Virgil, worse, the idea that, despite all evidence to the contrary, Virgil would prefer her over him? Deep breaths. Something buzzed in his pocket. He checked his phone. It was Virgil. Where you at? You okay? He was worried. Virgil was worried about him because he was late and might be stuck answering personal questions somewhere. He texted back, "Bedroom, be right there." He put his earbuds in and put on a random playlist. He didn't even register the song. He just needed a plausible reason why he hadn't heard every word of that conversation. He opened the door and made his way to the exit, looking at his phone and bobbing his head to the beat. When he caught what seemed to be the entire cheer squad, he looked up and took out an earbud. "Can I help you?" he asked. Serenity pursed her lips and crossed her arms. That was a weird look she gave him. Oh my god, it's gotta be a crazy day for you too, huh, Roman? Did you know about why Virgil moved here? One of the girls, Daisy? Exclaimed. Um, yeah, a while ago, he muttered. Had it only been a week? Ah, he must trust you a lot then. It blows the papers just put him on blast like that. Roman frowned and nodded. They'd pay for that. Roman was sure. He looked back to Serenity, who tossed her turquoise braids over her shoulders and smiled at him. But it was a weird smile. A little angry and hurt. Wait. Well, you in here? Oh, hey, ladies. Roman instantly forgot Serenity even existed. Virgil had come looking for him almost right after he'd gotten the text, considering how fast he'd gotten here. Roman, gotta go, man. Coach will not go easy enough on me if I'm late, he urged. Roman nodded. Sorry, he smiled as he readjusted his backpack and marched forward past his crush, leaving Serenity and her friends behind. You okay? Were they bothering you? Roman had to fight back the urge to grin at how worried he sounded. I'm fine, Virgil. They were being nice, actually, he assured him. And Daisy had been. Serenity hadn't had a chance to be mean or nice. Virgil relaxed and got on his bike. After practice, Roman would figure out what had him so tense exactly. But for now, they had to get going. When they arrived, Virgil hurried to practice, leaving Roman to head to the gym, as per usual. He went up the stairs and checked his phone. Remy texted. Cutie at the Starbucks, gonna be a wee late. Get warmed up without me. Roman chuckled. No doubt he'd hear all about this cutie during training. He got dressed and headed to the gym. It was mostly empty, save for a few runners and someone at the punching bag. A familiar someone. Roman took a deep breath. Dude just got dumped. He probably deserved a break. He put down his water bottle and started on his stretches. Suddenly, the punching stopped. What are you doing here, Fernandez? Well, that wasn't polite. Warming up and waiting for my trainer to arrive, Roman said simply as he continued to stretch his shoulders. Chet scoffed. Not in an I don't believe you way, more an I don't know what else to say way. I'm sorry about Serenity. I overheard her talking about you two splitting up. That must be rough, he offered. Chad turned and started to do air punches. Okay. Roman just kept doing his thing. I knew it would happen. She's not shallow. We just hung around the same people a lot and we made sense for a while. Until we didn't. And it became clear that we didn't after Virgil called me out at the start of the semester. I guess we kept going out of habit. I didn't really think half the stuff I said this morning. Just, you two knew people were looking, and you still did whatever you wanted. Not everyone. I didn't know Sanders was. That he dealt with that mess. Not an excuse, but I'm not that much of a dick. Woman looked up and saw Chad's shoulders relax. I I don't know how I feel about Serenity. I feel like I should want her back, but I don't. And when Virgil suggested that I was gay or something, I panicked because I don't know, and I don't know why I am confiding in you of all people. But my teammates aren't, they don't get where I'm at. And you are the first to just not tell me what to do to feel better. And you aren't saying shit now, and you should because I was a massive jackass to you, and you have every right to ridicule me or that didn't sound good. Woman turned to Chad. Hey, Chad, I'm going to touch your shoulders, okay? He warned tentatively as he approached the panicking Jock. Chet nodded frantically. Roman put his hands on the broad shoulders that shoved men well above his weight class around on a weekly basis. I need you to breathe with me. Okay? We'll go in for 4, hold for 7, out for 8. Here we go. They went for a few rounds until finally Chet calmed down. What the fuck? The jock gasped. Panic attack. My friend Joe has them sometimes. They suck, Roman offered. Fucking understatement of the year, Chet chuckled humorously. I don't know why I'm such a fucking mess, he admitted. I can't help with that, but he went through his bag and retrieved a pen and his notebook. He also had it with him in case of inspiration. He scribbled down 2 websites. The first is for youth who need to talk through some stuff. The second is a place you can read up and figure out the correct thing if you want, the woman offered. Chad took the piece of paper and nodded. Thanks. And then he left. Just in time. Babes, I have strawberries and tales of a dream boy. Roman chuckled and joined the trainer as they started today's torture session. Hi, how was it? Virgil asked as they met back at the entrance of the sports club. It was good. I ran into Chet before training. I think he said sorry? Yeah, he apologized. Or at least he admitted he acted like a jerk, Roman recalled. Virgil nodded. That's good, he said. How about you? Gonna tell me what has you so tense? Roman pressed. Virgil took a deep breath. I guess it's kinda stupid though. A few people asked me to prom. I said no. But then a few approached me about if you might consider going with them, and I wasn't going to out you, so I played dumb. But it was all really annoying, especially since if your Julian was among them. Virgil seems to be swallowing some very impolite words, before turning to him with a slightly pained smile. You gotta ask this guy out, man. If only to prevent the mob from coming directly at you, he insisted. Roman bit his lip. What if he says no? He asked nervously. Virgil sighed and looked down. Then I'll do it, he muttered after a bit. What? Roman asked. Virgil looked up undeterminedly. If he is stupid enough to say no, I'll ask you to prom. And it'll be big and flashy and all the things you'd like, he promised, though it almost sounded like a threat. That's sweet, Virgil, but you don't have to do that, Roman said. Exactly, because he's going to say yes. But be warned, my offer is only up until the end of the week after spring break. After that, I will get my own date. Understood? Roman couldn't help blushing at Virgil's aggressive passion as he nodded. Good. Now let's get you home, Virgil stated as he pulled Roman along by the elbow. As they raced through the streets, Roman concluded a few things. 1. He'd been jealous of Serenity. 2. Serenity, to his amazement, had been jealous of him. 3. Chet was jealous of him and Virgil for knowing who they were and being themselves. 4. Virgil was quite possibly jealous of Roman's crush and tried his hardest to hide it.